Ms. Jones, I'd like to ask you some questions about your legal situation. And I know you mentioned that you don't have much going on in this department. But let me just ask for sure, was this admission or visit prompted or suggested by the criminal justice system by any chance?
No, it was prompted by my boyfriend.
Okay. And what factors might help you to stay in treatment?
Well, if he doesn't kick me out, that would help.
Okay. And do you have any probation or parole status these days?
No, nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Okay. How many times in your life have you been arrested or charged with, and I'll list a bunch of criminal offenses. You just tell me stop me if any of these are a yes, okay? Have you ever been arrested in your life for shoplifting or vandalism?
Well, I've never been arrested for anything.
For anything. Parole violations, drug charges, forgery,
No.
burglary, larceny, weapons, robbery, nothing like that. Okay. How about assault?
No.
Okay. And I'll just ask you, prostitution, contempt of court, anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. How many times in your life have you been charged with just disorderly conduct or being drunk in public?
Well, I never drive when drinking, and I've never been arrested, so nothing.
Okay, not driving. All right. How about major driving violations like reckless driving or speeding or driving without your license?
Nope.
Okay. So you've never been incarcerated, you mentioned. And there's been nothing in the past 30 days. And you're not awaiting any kind of charges. In the last 30 days, there's been no illegal activities or anything with selling drugs for profit. You mentioned you borrowed, but you don't. You give back what you've borrowed. Okay. How serious do you feel legal problems are these days?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. And so counseling isn't important for legal problems?
No.
Okay. All right. So we can move on from that. And I want to ask you another category of questions, and this has to do with your family and your social history. So for instance, you mentioned to me that your marital status is divorced. And how long have you been divorced?
10 years.
Okay. And are you satisfied with that situation?
Well, I'd say in general I'm pretty unhappy.
Okay. What's your usual living arrangements? You're living with your boyfriend right now?
Yeah, for 2 years. And then I lived with another man before him.
Okay. And how long have you lived in these arrangements? 2 years, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. With him. All right. And are you satisfied with the situation living with him?
Well, I would be if, he would want me to stay there, but he wants me out.
He does? Okay. So that's not great. How about, is there alcohol and drug use in your current living situation?
Well, he doesn't drink, but he won't stop me from doing it.
Okay. All right. And with whom do you spend most of your free time?
I'd say mostly me. I'm by myself.
Are you satisfied with spending your free time that way?
No, I'm kind of miserable about it.
Okay. Tell me about alcohol and drug use in your free time activities.
I don't really have activities. So maybe that's a kind of a setup for my drinking.
Okay, so you don't have a lot of structure. How would you deal with any problems in your free time that put you at risk for relapse?
I really don't know.
Okay. Do you have any close friends?
Nope, just my boyfriend.
Just your boyfriend, okay. Tell me about alcohol and drug use among friends.
Well, I drink after work with coworkers, but I wouldn't say they're friends.
Okay. And that happens periodically?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's either drinking after work with the people at work who aren't really good friends, or you spend time on your own, but there isn't much structure going on.
Right.
Would you say that's the case? Okay.
Yeah.
How many days in the past 30 have you had serious conflicts with your family?
Probably a dozen times.
Okay. And are those family members or other people? So let's not count your boyfriend as family.
Okay, so, well, my parents are dead.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, the rest of my family, I don't talk to them that much.
Okay, so do you have serious conflicts with them?
No.
All right, but with your boyfriend,
Yeah.
okay. How many days in the past 30 would you say you've had serious conflict with your boyfriend?
You know, probably 12, a dozen times.
A dozen times, okay. And have you had significant periods in which you've experienced serious problems with your mother or father?
Well, my parents are dead.
Okay, but before you lost them, were there significant periods where you had significant problems with them?
I don't remember. I think they were okay. I mean, you know, we weren't that close, but I don't remember significant problems.
All right, or siblings?
No, I don't really talk to them that much, but, you know, we get along okay.
Okay. And your partner, you told me yes. And how about children? Do you have any children?
No, never had kids. I did want to, but when my ex and I broke up, that was the end of that idea.
Okay. And problems, significant problems with other family members or close friends or neighbors or coworkers?
I get along with people in general. I mean, I had a couple of bosses who fired me for drinking.
Okay, so we'd say yes to that. And in the past month, it sounds like you've had some serious stress with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
How about with the coworkers?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you some questions about abuse. Have you been emotionally abused during the past 30 days?
No.
Or how about physically abused?
No, I wouldn't put up with that.
Or sexually abused?
No, my boyfriend's a good guy.
Okay. Who's the person or persons with whom you've had contact in the past 4 months and who's been most important to you?
Well, it would be John, my boyfriend.
Okay. Have you neglected or abused John or any other family members recently?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm always nice to him, but I wouldn't say I abuse him.
Okay. And how much help will he need to assist in your treatment? Is he prepared to get involved in your treatment?
I guess it depends on what I do. He might stick with me.
Okay. So it's not clear, but he would definitely need some help. What's the likelihood that you could cause harm to him or neglect him or any others?
Well, I wouldn't say harm. I'm not going to harm anyone, but I wouldn't say I'm a support either.
Okay. What's the risk that you could be hurt or victimized by somebody else?
Oh, I wouldn't say there's a risk of that.
Okay. Are you able to locate resources in the community and get yourself to them safely?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So if we think about the family problems, have you been troubled or bothered by family problems at all in the last 30 days?
No, family really isn't a big issue in my life right now.
Okay. But how about social problems, like with John?
Yeah, a lot. I feel pretty guilty about it.
You do. Would you say considerably or extremely?
Extremely.
Okay.